In tonight's business, we hear that Commerce Minister Donville Innes says government must continue to encourage Barbadians to invest in properties. He says this could be done through various incentives like tax breaks. Speaking during debate on a resolution to approve land at Deacons for housing development, Mr. Innes said government must always seek to contain the price of land in Barbados.
When the state is in a position to buy maybe 10 or 15 acres of land, and intervene in the market so that the price of land does not escalate beyond the reach of the average Barbadian. That is a role that the state must also continue to play in housing development in Barbados.
Additionally, Minister Innes says government must never be afraid to enter the financial market to ensure that things like interest rates on mortgages remain stable.
We've done it through some other mechanisms over time. I respect to the state. So let us disabuse our minds of a belief that the role of the state in housing is only to provide what we call traditional national housing units. We have to have a much more enlightened perspective on these things. The role of the state must also relate to the standards of building in Barbados, so that the average homeowner who may not have the engineering feat and whatnot architectural skills is still able to own a property or own a house that is safe and secure, because the state as the regulator has insisted and penalizes in respect of certain standards, as we are doing through the building code.
We'll continue dissecting the central bank governor's review of the Barbados economy tonight. And while there has been some talk of devaluation in light of the economic challenges facing the island, Governor Cleviston Haynes does not share this view.
Devaluation is not going to yield us the benefits that some people think it will. And when we look at some of our neighbors who have taken that approach, we're not convinced that we see the benefits of following that strategy. However, it requires us, in terms of maintaining the exchange rate which we have, and which I think Barbadians generally want to maintain, it requires a certain discipline from us. And that discipline starts with fiscal discipline. That really has always been what underpins the exchange rate.
Mr. Haynes believes that fiscal discipline allows the country to contain demand when necessary and to maintain a level of reserves in support of the exchange rate.
Therefore, given the broad commitment to the exchange rate, then we recognize that it has to be supported by an adequate cash of foreign exchange, so that you don't feel nervous about the exchange rate.
Well, let's take a look now at how stocks traded on selected exchanges across the region.
In Jamaica, Cable and Wireless Jamaica Limited was the volume leader with 1,181,313 units. In Trinidad and Tobago, First Citizens Bank Limited was the volume leader with 31,544 shares changing hands, all for a value of $1,9,770.44. And here in Barbados, Goddard Enterprises Limited was the sole security trading 1,447 shares at $11.14 each.